Good morning. This is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback for your writing assignment number 3, the rough draft, the memo to a decision maker. So I love how you have followed the format. That is perfect. It's really more essential with the the memo and the research-based report to follow that very specific format. They are formulaic for a reason. So a couple of things that I note here. One, you want to make sure that you include the date. Go ahead and include the date of submission. It's no problem at all. In your summary, let's take a look at that. I've pulled up the sample. It's in week 4, sample reading papers. I want you to look at this summary. Here it gives a quick overview of the problem. So just very briefly, we have a problem at the front office. It is, so many papers to use to check in. And it's kind of along the same line as yours. That's that the problem in our organization is that it's difficult to track problems from customers. And so, a trouble ticketing process or an online or digital trouble ticketing process would help to make our systems more efficient. Okay, here we have the problem that needs to be investigated. So here, let's take a look at this example real quickly. So what is the problem? Here it explains what the problem is. This takes up so much paper. It takes a long time. It's an incredible amount. We miss things. It gets unorganized very easily. That's kind of what you're describing right here. Let's read this sentence. The problem that needs to be investigated is, what is the correct trouble ticket system for the department? So you have a statement and a question, and the punctuation is all over the place. Just be clear, concrete, and concise. Tracking trouble tickets is the current method of, I'm not sure what your current method is. So what you need to do is to say, this is what we're doing and it's not working. And then this is the secondary research that you've conducted. So research from scholarly and trade sources lead to show that organized trouble ticket systems offer greater efficiency and communication and faster resolution time. So this is kind of a summary of writing assignment number 2 in maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs. Now, I want you to go back to that this memo of example. Notice how it gives a good description. Don't worry about a memo sticking to one page, because the reality is it's sharing with the decision maker the problem, sharing with the decision maker the research that you've done, and then asking for permission to move forward to conduct further research on the problem. So make certain that it's compelling enough, that you show enough evidence to need to pursue the additional investigation. So this primary research, you want to make sure that you're a little more detailed. So what you would like to do is to survey. And so here, notice how I want to, conduct a series of interviews with direct face-to-face struggles with the overwhelming paperwork. I think that's what you're saying here is I want to test their knowledge of the department as well. The knowledge of what? The knowledge of the system that we currently use, the knowledge of additional systems. So make certain that you define what it is that you will be researching for your primary research. And then also, describe, I'm going to develop a survey and distribute it via email. I'm going to develop a survey and ask, this section of our department to write it. So remember how that compiling research was based on, subgroups, select groups. Are you going to do just a select group or larger? And then why will the research help to narrow? This is perfect. The research can also help narrow down specific logging. This is excellent right here. Don't forget your conclusion. And I look forward to reading your final copy.